Shemai everyone, how are you all? I'm here today with a little tiny YouTube hop with some of the other fantastic girls from the UK Scrappy YouTubers Cooperative, and we are going with a school theme. Now obviously coming up to the end of August is back to school for many of us, including myself, next week. So we thought we'd go with a school theme. So please check out in the description box below all the other videos, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration from us. So I'm going to be scrapbooking my nephew's last school photo when he was in primary school. He'll be mortified, I'll be honest, because he doesn't like this photo. He went through a stage of not smiling with his teeth, and he always looked like he had wind when he used to smile. But I'm sure he'd be delighted with me tell you all this. So I love this photo because he's actually smiling naturally. And I'm using the Cocoa Vanilla Legendary collection. And I've got some offcuts because I've done quite a few pages of either my nephew or my great nephews with this. So I'm going to start building things up. As I say, this was his last photo in primary school. He's 18 next month, so you know, as you can see, I've got a bit of a backlog. So I'm going to use these shimmer pastes now and the Tim Holtz stencil just to add a little bit of mixed media. They dry fairly quickly and they don't warp your paper too much because obviously this is just scrapbooking paper. So I'm going to use just this silver and the blue. And they do have little buffs that you can put the mixed media on with, but I find it's not always thick enough to go through the stencils and make a really good impression, which is why I'm using my palette knife. So I'm just sort of, as you can see, decorating the background a little bit, and by the power of television, that's all done. And I'm just going to add some Heidi Swap Colour Shine. And I've gone with the blue. I can't remember the name of it. So I'm just sort of doing some splatters. I just wanted to break up some of the patterns a little bit because I'm laying some offcuts then on the right hand side. I just wanted there to be a little bit of a breakup point. So I'm going to put that to one side to dry because guaranteed I will end up putting either my elbow on it or my scissors or something like that. Do that, and then I keep thinking, is it dry? And I touch it with my hand. Oh no, it's not. So in a few seconds I touch it again. So I'm just going to distress the pieces I've cut now. They're just a couple of inches by 12 inches out of, and I think I've got 3 patterns going down the right hand side. And I finally found my Tim Holtz distress tool, and I'd had a marvellous idea before of keeping it safe with my other distress tools. So now instead of just losing one, I lose both at the time. It's working out perfectly for me because I can never find them. So here I am now. I'm just going to stick them all together, and I'm thinking, oops, I forgot to put one in. And I'm just, as you can see, building it up with some scraps here. Let me tell you, that paste, if it's on your fingers, is really, really sticky. I found that everything stuck to me by the time I'd finished this layout. My paste still hadn't quite dried, so I'm going to dry that off as well. I'm using another offcut. I wanted to do it like a bit of a banner, like a triangular banner shape at the bottom. So I'm going to use 2 pieces now to do that. And I was going with the lighter colour behind the photo, but I didn't feel it stood out enough, so I actually used the back of it instead. Or the front, whichever way you look at it first, I suppose. So there's my 2 pieces. And I was going with this, but I don't stick with this, because as you can see, they don't sort of stand out of that background paper enough. So here I come with my heat tool to dry off the paste. It still hasn't dried. I can't believe we're going back to school. I love going back to school though. And I think ever since a child, I've always looked for new stationery for back to school. I'm sure that's why I became a teacher. And that's why I'm into scrapbooking and card making. I think it's the stationery I love. So there we go. So I'm just adding that piece now down on the right hand side. This is such a lovely collection to use for boys. There's not that many sort of collections that stand out that can be used for boys, I don't think. Boys of a certain age. You can get them for little boys, but sometimes you want something, well, not, because he's not into, my nephew actually is into horse riding. So it's sometimes hard to buy boy type embellishments for different sort of hobbies and interests. I think I'm rambling a little bit. So I'm just going to use some fun foam now on the back of my photo. And as you can see, I went for the other side of those papers because I think they stand out much better against the white background. The white background's actually got like a little triangle detail on it. And I'm just going to add some little embellishments. I thought I bought the embellishment pack, but I obviously hadn't. I've got the sticker sheet though. So I'm just sort of adding some details behind my photo. There he is. And I'm trying to use some of my flare badge up because I've only got about 5,000 of them. Now this one gives me no end of trouble because I can't find my 3D foam squares, and then I can't get the backs off. Yeah, so I don't know where I had these flare badges from. I don't use all of my collection anymore because I've noticed that some of them have rust spots on, and I think that serves my own right for not using them beforehand because they're not kept anywhere where it's damp. So I don't know what, I think I'll have to just be ruthless and have a bit of a clear out. So this one says live out loud. And I just like, as I say, it isn't from this collection, and neither of these flare badges are from the collection, but I thought they went quite well with the colours. And I've got this little clear sticker, and I'm sorry I've gone off the bottom of the page. And I'm trying to create a little cluster in the bottom left-hand corner. I mean, obviously you'll have to believe me here because stupidly I haven't looked up at my screen to check that I'm in the right position for you. I've also got these little tiny, they're like little cork stars, and I have no idea where I've had them from. They've been in my collection for years and years, so it's quite nice to use a couple of those on there. But once again, they sort of went with the theme and the style of the papers. I do like the little word stickers that come with the Cocoa Vanilla collections. I've recently received the Daydream collection, which is absolutely stunning. So I just wanted to go with Hey Kid. I don't really call him Dude. So just wanted to make that then as my title in the corner. And once I stick that down, I don't do an awful lot more. I think I add another word sticker on the left hand side. Can you see everything is sticking to me? But these sticker sheets are nice because even though they are clear ones, they still show up quite well because sometimes the transparent ones sort of disappear into your background. So just a reminder before I go, please check out the links to the other ladies, and if you've come to me from one of their channels, huge croeso, welcome to you all. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us on our little school or September YouTube hop. Take care, Findia, and I'll see you very soon. Hwyl fawr!